Welcome back to the TFdirect Hammer. This is Mike, and I'm coming at you with another video. This time I want to talk to you about Dinobot. Now, this is a third-party Dinobot, not any actual company name on it. There's speculation that this was a 3D printed design that was copied from someone who had it up on one of those 3D printed sites where you can just download the stuff and 3D print it yourself, and then manufactured it. So I think when this thing came out, they wanted $100 for it. But then they're wanting, I got this for $37 shipped. And then, of course, I got it from China. And a couple of the red flags that are in my eBay buying video. A couple of those red flags popped up, and I was like, man, I'm going to roll the dice anyway. And so it worked out. So, one or two red flags may still work out. But if you have all 5 of my red flags, see that video. But anyway, if there's any more of these left from that particular seller, I will link that seller. But then again, this might be one of those items before they go rogue. Who knows? And sadly enough, this table, it blends right in with the table. It's amazing. And he falls over. But I actually think it's pretty cool if you're a chug collector. If you're a masterpiece collector, this might not be for you. So let's quickly look at the box. Quick look at the packaging. So this shows the actual MP-41 Dinobot, not what this thing is. And the artwork for the dinosaur isn't that. The artwork is a cartoon. And nowhere on here, well, there, that shows the real product. That doesn't show the real product. Nowhere on here does it show the actual robot mode, which isn't bad, but it's not great. Call it dinosaur. Transformer. So people refer to this as a KO, but it's not really a KO. And I don't know. Yeah, there we go. It's a lot of manipulation to get the legs. I transformed it so I can know what I'm doing when I transform it on camera. And if it looks pretty enough, I'm probably not going to speed this one up either, because this one doesn't have instructions. And so the fact that it doesn't have instructions, I think you might want some help getting it transformed. So I'm going to do that. Here's the accessories. We're going to take a closer look at these accessories when we get it into robot mode. Here he is blending in with some other G1 Beast Wars, or whatever you call it. And if you've kind of figured out a little something about me doing a Beast Wars figure, maybe there's a bigger Beast Wars video coming down the road. But he blends in well. Now, for the transformation, it's kind of simple, but it's a little strange. So you start with these legs and you move them down. Oh, and then the tail pops off. Turns into a weapon. The tail turns into a weapon. So the legs are moved down from here. And then just go ahead and make the feet. It works out. But the interesting thing about this is the legs are going to turn and face the other way. And I lost one of the dino legs. Alright, so let's get this thing in frame here. So it's got a real interesting feature where like it all rotates and shifts. And I thought that was really strange the way it did it. And then this piece here kind of folds over as it rotates and shifts. And then this whole head piece here. So it's got to kind of come as a big unit doing this maneuver here. And then, and at the same time, well, before I do all that, you got to rotate the hips. So you got to rotate the hips. You rotate the hips and you rotate the lower legs, which is kind of strange. And I think I lost all of the little appendages. They just fall right off. And then get all this rotated. And it rotates right up. I mean, it's really kind of simple. And then this folds down. And then you got a really hard ratchet right here. Now, there's his arms. And obviously, you just kind of move things around until it all works out. You get to turn this. It's a pretty good design, as designs go. Now, the head is inside of the raptor head, which is a good design. I mean, This is good thinking. There's nothing bad about the thinking here. That goes with this. Pop his head up, then you just completely close everything else back, and you close the Raptor head again. And my back piece kind of, I let it sink in. And then this goes back, and this goes down as far as you can get it to go down. And pretty much that's it. There he is. His head is kind of a little bit too far forward. But really, I mean, this thing blows away the G1, and I'll scour the lands to find a G1. I didn't have a G1, a 1996 version, 97 version to compare this to. So now that I've snapped these pieces back on, these arms fold inside here. But they fall off real easy during transformation. But the Raptor arms fold inside the back of the legs. Now for the accessories. The first accessory I want to talk about is this gun, which is kind of crazy because it needs to plug in to here. And then it holds actually pretty well. But I don't know, maybe I should just mess around with the articulation, but the fingers don't wrap around it. But I mean, it works for what it is. And I don't know, I've just been watching the series. I'm a little over halfway through the series, and I'm going to watch the whole series again before I do a video about the series and the toys. But I have a very distinct view of what Beast Wars is and what Beast Wars should be. This thing here plugs in, like for a KO, and people call it a KO, but for a very cheap knockoff of a 3D printed thing, whatever, if that's true, it's pretty good. It's actually pretty good. There's a picture of the hole the hand is in. I think it's a pretty good figure. I mean, it's not bad. It's nothing like, you know, masterpiece level. But for Chug, and I'm not gonna lie, $30-something, well, guess what? 37 bucks for this. You're paying about that at Walmart for a Chug figure anyway, but there's no Beast Wars on the shelf right now, so. Okay, so here's the tail. Plug it in. I don't know if you saw the plug on that. Plug that in. And then, I wonder how many of my viewers that are, like most of my viewers like G1, how much of y'all like Beast Wars? I mean, let me know what you think about Beast Wars. Well, it's always smarter. The one thing that surprised me, I saw this online and I was like, oh, I'm gonna order it. I'm gonna review it. It's just really obscure, so that's what made me want it. And the thing is I thought this would twirl, because it twirls in the show. It doesn't twirl. And it has another one of these pieces in it, but I don't think it's removable. It's just like glued in there or something. Maybe it was once upon a time removable during the manufacturing process. Let's see here. Let's try to get it posed into a pretty dynamic. It doesn't have a ridiculous amount of posability, but I have claimed that I can fake it till I make it. And here I am. No ankle rockers, very limited articulation, but then again, you're dealing with Beast Wars. There we go. How about that pose? I don't think I'll be getting a superhero pose on it. Let's compare them to Beast Wars. Here he is next to Waspinator. So I think he is that much bigger than Waspinator. He might be just a little bit too tall for some of the Chug figures, but I don't think it's that bad. Waspinator says, Waspinator needs masterpiece treatment. Waspinator needs to be an MP-50. Next, I'm going to test him holding the golden disc. Now, this isn't really the golden disc. What this is a Target gift card gold coin, and they're basically free if you put $5 on a gift card Target. But I think it makes a great golden disc if you don't have a golden disc, and you can fake it till you make it, or you could just go the easy route and just put a fake gold dollar in his hand and call that a golden disc. Let me know what you think. Like, subscribe. But what do you think about this guy? I like him, and I'm not even a Beast Wars fan. And if you think this might be something you pick up if you are a Beast Wars fan, well, how many of y'all are Beast Wars fans? Talk to your main route.